Howdy, howdy. I'm Ananda Forrest. This is good news about the world falling apart. Thank you so much for tuning in. And again, the full title is Good News About the World Falling Apart, the Third Turning of Human Consciousness. That's the full title of the book that this channel is based on. Third Turning. What the hell is a turning? Short version, paradigm shift. And if you listen to one of my earlier episodes about paradigm shift is not just a cool new idea. Paradigm shift will make you shit your pants. Paradigm shifts are terrifying because they're so different from what came before. So we talked about, the big turnings for humans are fire and language separated us from animals, planting seeds which led in a finger snap to cities and writing and private property and our whole way of living now. The third turning is our opening our hearts. Which, my God, that can seem terrifying, right? Imagine certain people in your life, your boss, your ex-girlfriend, maybe your children, opening your heart fully, telling them your deepest fears, right? Scary. It's like going out the door naked. It's terrifying. And obviously, you don't open your heart to a wild animal. You don't open your heart to someone who means you harm. Discrimination is crucial. You open your heart to someone who can see what a precious gift you're giving them, because there is no more precious gift that we can share with another person or another animal or a tree or a mountain is our open, surrendered heart. And mammals, we're cutting edge about that. Reptiles, not so much in the heart department. They lay an egg and they're done. They don't care for their young. And when they're grown up, they're not cared for. Mammals are a paradigm shift, right? Because they care for their young. They nurse them at their breasts. Why are they called mammals? Because mammaries, the fact that mammals nurse their young, what a physically intimate, vulnerable relationship that every mammal has. One reason our hearts open to almost every mammal is because their hearts have been opened. Because where the nipples, the mammaries usually located. In fact, the more advanced the mammal is, the mammaries are over the heart, right? That nursing experience for both the mother and the infant is deep bonding. It really orients orality, right? Our obsession with taking things into our mouth, but also the close relationship. The joy of kissing comes from that. Even if we weren't breastfed, we know oral pleasure, that somehow two people giving each other oral pleasure is the ecstasy. That comes from the fact we're mammals. Lizards don't engage in that kind of behavior much. So mammals, they nurse their young. Interesting thing about the word nurse, it goes either way. When I was an infant, I nursed at my mother's breast, but my mother nursed me. Completely different, right? So the mammal, actually, that word implies a dyad, a very unequal relationship. One who gives and one who receives, in-breath and out-breath. Again, it's amazing. Opening the heart. This is the cutting edge of the third turning. But the fact is, most of us have not opened our hearts. It's too dangerous out there, right? Most of us close our hearts as soon as we go out the door, if our heart was even open to begin with. I had an amazing, mind-blowing experience when my youngest son was born. His mom had just gone through labor. She hadn't gotten any sleep. He was maybe 2 days old. I tucked him up, wrapped him up in a cuddly, and went for a walk downtown. Just give her a break, let her take a nap. And I wander into this church, and there's this big, beautiful stained glass window, beautiful, deep reds and oceanic blues. And there's Jesus standing at the center, holding a little lamb in his arms, right? Just like I'm holding Noah, my baby. And he's surrounded by all these people, all these animals, and they're all looking at him beseechingly, just like little children look at their mom. And it suddenly hit me, Jesus was mom. And then I thought about the Buddha and how often he's depicted and talked about. He was mom. And my God, here's the incredible miracle. Men who were mothers. I mean, it was so radical and so crazy and so unbelievable. Whole religions got founded about the couple of guys who became mothers, right? Never mind all the women who are mothers and have been mothers. What a revelation that men can be mothers too, that we can love what's around us unconditionally the way the mother loves her child. And sure enough, humans have the capacity for unconditional love for members of any species. And a lot of mammals will do that too. You think of badgers and wolves and other mammals that have raised human babies. And humans will do that. They'll also bring that care to people who aren't their children, they aren't their families. They'll bring it to the other kingdoms, other animals, and also trees and expanses of ocean. The human capacity for love knows no bounds. That's maybe the greatest miracle on earth, is this ability to love what is outside of us the same way that a mammal mother loves her own baby. Wow. Okay, so we have that capacity. It's in us. But look at humans. We've been around 200,000 years. And what percentage of that time has been spent in an infantile relationship to the surrounding environment, sucking from it as much as we can like a little baby, and how much has been spent treating the world around us like a loving mother? Now, think about, most infants nurse for an appropriate amount of time, few weeks, few months. Imagine if the child kept nursing until he'd sucked so much out of his mother she was skin and bones and near death. And what if he was no longer an infant, but huge and powerful and dominating? Take a look at the human race right about this moment. We've been sucking on the earth, sucking on Gaia for 200,000-300,000 years. And we are so powerful, there are over 8 billion of us, and that we are initiating the 6th mass extinction, right? I mean, it used to be only things from space or the earth herself. No, we're doing it. That's how powerful we are. We've acquired the power to engineer a global mass extinction. Now, that could be seen as a nightmare. It's also, look how powerful we are. Imagine if we could direct that power to caring for the planet the way a loving mother does, instead of trying to suck every last ounce of energy and wealth and value from her. That's what I'm talking about. Imagine if all 8 billion people were loving as mothers love. We're caring for their families and their friends and their neighborhoods and their environments and the whole earth and the whole species and all the species with that kind of love. It's in us. And it's going to happen, because if it doesn't happen, we're going to die. Again, it comes back to mass extinctions. It's a pass-fail test, right? You either pass it, go to the next level with the paradigm, or you fail it. You stick with the old paradigm and you've got a 75% chance of your whole species winding up extinct. It's really kind of a no-brainer. Which would you rather do? Would you rather see the human race go extinct? Or would you rather see us rise up to care for the planet and usher in a beautiful new turning? Which would you like to see? It starts with each one of us. It starts with each breath, one breath at a time. Because where does the breath go? To our hearts. It's all about opening the heart and opening it to everything, just like we do when we breathe. I'm breathing in everything, right? There's all kinds of things coming in, all kinds of poisonous germs, but I'm just breathing in with a surrendered heart and trusting I'll be able to handle it. So, hey, my name's Ananda Forrest. This is Good News About the World Falling Apart. Please hit like if you like it. Check out other episodes. Tell your friends. And thanks so much for listening. And I'll see you on the flip side.